must be pissed. Hi, I'm Emily. I'm single. I'm jobless. It's not a great Tinder profile, but at least I'm honest. I've been dating now for about a year, and I've come to realise a few things about myself. And one of those things is, I just love a red flag. I just love a red flag. I see a red flag and I think, that's for me. I run towards it. My friends, they say to me, Emily, red means stop, it means danger, don't go there. And I just ignore them. Something I didn't mention, as well as being single and jobless, is, and I'm a bit embarrassed about this, I also live with my mum. I love my mum, and she's here tonight, so give her a round of applause. But living with your mum does make dating a bit difficult. She says things to me like, where are you going? Who are you going with? What time are you coming home? And then when I've answered all her questions, I come down in my outfit, ready for my date, and she says, you're not wearing that, are you? So I go back upstairs and I get changed. And you might be thinking, but you're 39. Why'd you go upstairs and get changed? Well, it's obvious, isn't it? I don't want to be grounded for the rest of the week. Anyway, there are a few red flags that I've been on a date with. One of them, I'll just give you a little list. One of them was a traffic cop. He enjoyed the chase. Another one was a recovering alcoholic who was in a satanic cult. I have no jokes about that. It was quite serious. There was also a vegan, blue tea drinking, slack-lining Frenchman who wore toe shoes. He was quite good looking, to be fair. And an estate agent. And guess who my friends warned me about? Yeah, you got it! It was an estate agent. They get such a bad rep. So I'll tell you about my date with the estate agent. So I found him on Tinder, or he found me, and I ignored the first red flag, which was under simple pleasures. It just said wine in capital letters. And to me, I was like, this sounds like my kind of guy. So we went on a date to a wine bar, and he was really nice, really friendly, polite, and we had 2 bottles of wine, which for me was quite a lot in the space of an hour. And then he said, I think this wine bar is closing at 9 o'clock. Do you want to come back to mine? And I went, I don't know. I've only known you an hour, so I thought I'd better ask him a question. So I said, are you a serial killer? And he said, no. So I said, all right then, let's go. And off we went. Also, what wine bar closes at 9 o'clock on a Friday night? Such an idiot. Anyway, we get back to his place, and this is where I noticed the first red flag, because I ignored the other ones. And on top of his fridge, there's about 15 empty wine bottles. I thought it was really funny too. Very peculiar. So I said to him, oh, you really do like wine, don't you? You weren't lying. And he said, oh yeah, he said, but I haven't put out the recycling this week. And then he opened his fridge, which was a bit disappointing. You know, he was a single man on his own. There was a block of cheese, there was some margarine, and 6 more full bottles of wine. I thought, right, okay, well, that's going to keep us going for a while. So, we have a couple of glasses of wine. It gets to about 11 o'clock. And I start feeling a bit queasy. And I said, I think I'm going to go now. I need to get a taxi. And he said, I don't think you should get in a taxi. You don't look too well. Why don't you go to my room and you can have a lie down on my bed? So I said, yeah, all right then. So I went to his room, I lay down on his bed, and he came in and he sat down on the bed, and like a concerned dad, he said, are you all right? Do you think you're going to be sick? And I said, yes. I am going to be sick! So he ran as fast as his legs would take him, and he came back with a plastic bowl. And the next thing that happened was about 17 pints of wine came out of my body. He's holding my hair back. Not just wine, my dignity, my self-esteem, a tiny bit of my soul, and that wasn't the worst thing that happened. Throwing up on your first date, I mean, that's pretty bad. But you may remember that I told you I live with my mum. So the next thing that happened was he called her. And he said, hi Jan, I'm really sorry, but your daughter's not feeling too well. I think she's going to have to stay here tonight. And do you know what my mum said? She didn't say, are you a serial killer? She didn't say, oh, I'm so sorry, I'll come round and pick her up. She said, thank you so much for looking after her. I think she wants me to move out. So after that, I was grounded for 2 weeks. But not one to be beaten, except when she's really angry. I decided that I would get back on the dating apps, and I started chatting to someone new. This guy didn't have any particular red flags. In fact, he seemed quite nice. He worked for a charity. He liked his mum. He had lots of friends. So I thought, yeah, he seems all right. And he said, would you like to go out for a drink? I said, yes, please, not wine. Just a Coke's fine. And then we added each other's numbers, because that's what you do when you're on dating apps. You talk on the app and then you add each other on WhatsApp so you can talk properly and send photographs and stuff like that. So we add each other, and the next question he asked me is, do you have a child? I thought, that's a bit creepy. I said, yes. He said, do you have a child at this school? And he mentioned the school, and I was like, oh my God, this is a red flag. And I said, why? He said, well, we're on the same WhatsApp group already. My son's school WhatsApp group, a parent WhatsApp group. We're already on it. I thought, I can't believe this. How have we never met each other? And I realised that we must have just catfished each other. We must both actually be quite ugly in real life. We never noticed each other before. So we did sort of discuss whether it was a good idea to go out on a date or not. And he asked one of his friends, and he said, well, you know, what's the worst that could happen? And she said, well, I think the worst thing that could happen is that you fall in love with her, she breaks your heart, and you have to see her every day for the next 5 years at the school gate. But for me, that wasn't the worst thing that could happen, because the worst thing that could happen is that I accidentally send a picture of my boobs to the parents' WhatsApp group. Thank you very much.
So Emily, you've just done your first ever gig after doing a beginner's comedy course. How's the experience been?
It has been amazing. I am absolutely buzzing. It's been a great crowd tonight. The course was brilliant. I enjoyed every single week. The people that I've met have been amazing, and I really want to stay in touch with everybody. Louise has been such a good teacher. I've just loved the whole experience, and I hope that everybody enjoyed the evening and at least found me a little bit funny.
Yeah, well done, you were brilliant.
Thank you.
Well done.